On day 8 of the cruise, we leave Raita and head towards Bora Bora. We leave Raita quite early in the morning, passing by its reef, which you can see here very neatly, and arrive at Bora Bora. Again, using the ship's tender, we went ashore just a little bit after noon, had our picture taken by the fancy sign, and walked around the 3-building town that's by the pier, nothing like Papeete. We then took a taxi with John's blackjack dealer from the ship down to the beach. It was here that they made arrangements to do jet skiing the next day. Also, some of the cruise critic ladies were down at the beach relaxing. On the way back from the beach, you pass Bloody Mary's, an institution. They have a sign out front that shows all the famous people who have been there. The ship stayed at anchor for the night. The day 9 weather was perfect for Barbara to do her new jet ski. Here they are getting on the skiff to go into shore, on their way to the jet ski place. Evidently the jet ski place was down that little pier, getting dressed to go jet skiing. Here are the jet skis they're going to take. We finally have Barbara on a jet ski. We'll let you look at the rest of these. In the afternoon, while Yuko and John went snorkeling, Barbara and I took a taxi cab ride around the island with Raphael. The scenery was somewhat interesting, but not too much to see on a very, very small island. The only excitement was when a truck in front of us went into the ditch and we tried to help pull him out. We then got back onto the tender and headed back to ship. Tonight was the second and last formal night of the cruise. We started by leaving Bora Bora and having cocktails again on John's balcony. At the dinner, we had the Baked Alaska parade, where the waiters walk around carrying baked Alaska and march through the restaurant. Here is our baked Alaska from our waiter. After the waiters, the cooks run around celebrating also. It is now day 10 of our cruise, and we are now on Moorea, the last island that is on the cruise. We get there early in the morning, and again we have to tender off. As we're leaving the ship, took this picture as we were pulling away from it. I had good access for the picture because I was sitting next to the doorway. We finally get ashore and decide what could we do. There wasn't very much around, but we did find and rent another little car. The nice thing about renting a car is you set your own pace and hit your own stops. We decided to head up to Belvedere, or the Overlook. Here are some pictures we took on the way up to the top of the hill. Once you're at the top, there's a pretty view that you can see out over into the bay. We then proceeded to drive completely around the island, a total distance of about 20 miles. We stopped along the way to do some sightseeing and investigations. I took a nap later on that afternoon, and they continued going up roads that I would not get around, but the fantastic views were worth it. They then stopped at the beach down there. John did a little surfing and snorkeling. Finally they got on and came back to the ship. The last night for cocktails and hors d'oeuvres on John's balcony, because the next night we'd be on our way home. It's our last day in Tahiti. The ship has been in port, but the airplane doesn't leave till 10 p.m. so they let you stay on ship until about 7. So we got off the ship, walked around, and saw some of downtown. We then hired a taxi driver to give us a quick tour of the surrounding area. He first took us to this overlook where we could see down into the bay, and then along the shore. We came to a blowhole where John had to crawl down. Be glad that he got back when he did, because a hole did blow. The scenery was really nice along the trip, and we enjoyed it immensely. We then went up to the waterfall. Here we are getting our picture taken by the couple before. The waterfall is really spectacular. It's the tallest waterfall in the South Pacific. The driver then returned us to town to the Pearl District. Yuko wanted to look at some fantastic pearls. Our last meal aboard ship before going down to the airport, catching the airplane and coming home.